Welcome to Nerds, Geeks, in the Kitchen Sink. It's the podcast that's like hanging out at the video store. My name is DK. I'm one of your hosts.
I'm ready for WrestleMania. Oh yeah!
Yeah!
I'm Chris, your other host, and it's a good day to be a Tiger fan. And fuck Oklahoma.
Improve if you feel like it. We have Shawn with us today. Hello, Shawn.
Hello.
Kind
Hello,
of
hello.
you've become a semi-regular attendee.
Semi-regular. Just
Yes.
semi.
Well, you could get more regular if you want.
Yeah.
I can't commit to full time.
All right. Well, wow, that's really sad.
I know. I
All
know.
right.
But
All right.
but when I can be here, I'll be here. It's fun.
We can
All
work it
right.
out. We can work it out.
All right. Good, 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 good. How's
So-
everybody feeling today? We got some energy today, right?
I am feeling good. I am
We're
feeling
good.
great. I am exhausted and on a lot of caffeine.
Same. Same. I got a Mario jumping through a Christmas world kind of thing going on.
I had to switch to
Nice.
water.
That's milk, Chris. Again.
It's technically pina colada, so
Hell yeah.
Early
So-
for pina colada.
I'm all jacked up on coffee and I'll jump on you like a spider monkey.
Whoa. Shawn, let's start with you. How you doing? What's been going on? You watch anything? You read anything? Tell me about everything.
Okay. Not a lot, but I do have a couple of things. Um, Work on my second issue of my comic is going pretty well. My artwork is improving. For anybody that's seen the last issue, my artwork is getting better.
Wow, a brag. Okay, keep going.
Brag, totally a brag. I recommend you check it out, and then you can let me know.
Okay.
Story is a little bit different, but a little bit more difficult, but we're working it out. So hopefully, sometime at the beginning of the year, we'll see if I can get it done that quick.
All right.
Other than that, doing a lot of family stuff, doing a lot of working, but I did get a chance to check out a couple of movies over the last couple weeks. The first is Apocalypse Z, The Beginning of the End. I believe that was Netflix. I think that was an
I think it's Netflix one.
is that Netflix? Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
And I believe it was maybe originally done in Spanish. It was dubbed, so
Yeah.
um, overall the movie wasn't bad, but if you're a zombie fan, if you watch The Walking Dead, it's not going to do anything for you because there's nothing new and spectacular, and it was filmed pretty well. The acting was done pretty well. The zombies are not your walkers like in The Walking Dead. They're faster than that. But again, there was nothing new to me, nothing that stood out. I think I rated it a 3 on my letterbox because it just, I mean, the best part about it, and this is gonna sound funny, but the best part about it was the end. But only because they were setting you up. They're setting up the next movie. But the problem is, again, without drawing people in and catching your attention, I think the way that they could have with something new, something different. I don't know if they'll get a second movie, but I mean, again, if you just like the start of the zombie apocalypse, things like that, it's not a bad movie. It's not a bad way to sit down. And if you like, again, if you're deep into the zombie stuff, it's nothing new. You're not going to see anything new. It might be boring, but for people getting into it, not a bad movie.
Awesome.
Okay.
And the second movie that I watched was The Beast Within. Have you guys seen that?
Yes, I saw that.
I think so. Hang on. What is it?
Yep.
It's Kit Harington. It's werewolfy.
Yep.
Oh, no, I didn't see that. No,
Yep. I saw it the other day.
I did not see that.
What did you think of it, Chris? I don't know. What did you think of it?
I'm kind of in the middle of the road. It wasn't awful and it wasn't something that's spectacular to me. I'm actually I'm gonna by the way, not to derail this a little bit, but there is a new movie critic site. It's called Critic List. Critic Lists. It's strictly just everyone get on, do an actual movie critique. It's kind of like Rotten Tomatoes, but just for fans.
Only for fans. It's only fans?
Yeah,
It's only fans.
It's yeah.
Okay.
For movie, yeah.
Okay.
For non-skin movies.
Okay. Well,
No, but I mean,
it's less cool.
well, but I've also actually started a Nerds Geeks and the Kitchen Sink page on it. So if anyone that watches our show and you love movies and you do like your Rotten Tomatoes or your Letterbox, it's another site where you can go look and find out everybody's opinion. There are people that are critics on there, but they don't. It's not, it's more of an independent movie critic than like the normal kind of
Sure.
movie shows that you
Well, that's
always
what's
see.
cool about Letterbox
So
because you can
yeah,
just connect with your friends and see what they had to say, and that's really
right.
all that matters for
Well,
me on
that's
Letterbox.
this is kind of another version. It's critic less,
Okay,
LESS. So,
cool,
but yeah, I'm getting ready to actually do a review on that very movie on there. So,
cool.
but yeah, I'm kind of in the middle of the road with it. The acting wasn't bad at all. It was pretty decent, but I mean, there were some kind of holes in the movie itself. So,
I I agree. Acting wasn't bad. It was actually decent acting.
yeah,
Cinematography was good as
yeah,
well, but I don't feel like there was much of a payoff.
no, and
I
and
mean,
that was one of the big holes to me. There really wasn't that kind of that third act that really kind of hit. So
Where's this movie available?
Hulu,
yeah,
or is I think it's
Hula.
Hulu. Hulu.
It's on
But
Hula.
I think again, this is a obviously the beast within, and I kind of spoiled the whole werewolf thing, and maybe this
well,
is
well,
too
let's
much of a
be honest. The title itself is pretty much, unless it's a serial murder. Any time a title is like that, it's a werewolf movie.
yeah. But again, I find it weird, and we kind of touched on it, or you guys maybe kind of touched on it a few shows ago. Where are the good werewolf movies? Why do we not have a really good werewolf movie? And I think part of it is this idea that like with werewolves, they don't ever want to show the werewolf until, it's that whole, you don't see anything. Vampires, we see stuff. Zombies, we see stuff.
Yeah,
Ghosts, supernatural, and I mean there is obviously in the horror genre, you're not, part of it is to leave it up to your imagination. I get that. But I feel like with this movie, they could have shown more. And that's where, like, again, there was so much of a buildup and then it kind of fell flat for me at the end. So make a werewolf movie where there's a werewolf
A
running
lot of
around killing
times that's a
people.
lack of confidence in the effect.
right. Well,
Yeah.
the new we've got a Wolfman movie coming out soon.
And I have
So
confidence in that movie.
yeah, and I was gonna say that that may change with that movie. I mean, let's hope the final transformation doesn't look like what they put out at the convention.
I saw a screen or a video or something where you kind of saw that guy,
Yeah,
but it looked better in the movie. It looked way
right,
better in the movie.
right,
So the one they had out there just well, number one, you get it at night. It's under the full moon.
right,
It's
right.
lit like for Hollywood. Like it's gonna
Yeah,
look great compared to like just a guy wandering around looking like
or like
yeah,
Sloth's younger brother or something.
kind of yeah. But
From
it
the
looked
Goonies.
okay to me. But you never know.
Right.
I think the key on that one, it's like I think the werewolf will be less. I think it will be more human-like. Let's say that.
Right, right.
More like a classic,
More of the
like
Lon
your Lon
Chaney.
Chaney.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. It's just going to be some fur on a guy, but
Right,
he's not going to be American werewolfing in
right,
London
right,
or otherwise.
right. Or Paris.
Oh no, that
No.
never happened. Shawn, anything else from you? Any other movies or anything?
No, not currently. No.
Over to you, Chris.
I do kind of want to hit off of Shawn's thing with Wolfman and stuff. Have you guys seen the shots of the animatronics for Universal's Dark Universe monsters?
I did see those. They look fantastic.
Those look
They
amazing.
legitimately look
I
fantastic.
cannot wait.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, probably when we go to Florida next year, they will not be open. Epic Universe will not be open yet, so we'll have to wait until 2026.
Yeah, those are fantastic.
But man, if you guys haven't seen them, go look them up. It's like right now like the top state of the art in animatronics, and just watching the little samples of how they move and react.
The movement is really what sells it.
Yeah,
They're so human-like anymore.
I
It's just
know.
it's
It's
very
scary.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
also a news thing, kind of off topic, but have you guys seen in, I think it was, I can't remember if it was North or South Carolina, 43 monkeys escaped from a
Yes.
science lab
Here we go.
and are still on the run. I've
I did
seen this
not.
fucking James Franco movie. This does not end well.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
I mean, when the authorities are telling people to make sure to lock their door and not to confront the monkey.
Don't confront the monkey.
Like I said, hopefully one of them's not named Caesar.
Experimental monkeys are never.
Sure, well, they're the worst, those
Like I
guys.
said, I've seen lots of those movies. None of them end well.
Yep.
But
All
I
right.
mean, watching wise, I really, you know what? I mean, it's something that we'll get into in a minute. But I watched all of Agatha. We'll talk about that, and I am ready for the season finale of Penguin tonight.
Yeah. Pretty big
So,
penguin hype.
yeah,
It's
so
really damn good.
well deserved. Well deserved.
Yeah, I somehow it got me to go back and watch the Batman this week again.
Right.
I've seen it a handful of times now. And I'm just like, I'm almost more interested in Penguin than Batman.
I was just about ready to say it's like,
It's wild.
I mean, story wise and the way even the way it's shot,
Just watching Batman, I mean,
Batman itself pales in comparison to what I've seen
well,
so far.
the character development and everything, there is now way more Penguin than there is Batman or Bruce
Yeah.
Wayne.
Yeah.
So the movie's going fine and I'm
better,
enjoying it,
better
but then
character development.
but then Oz shows up and I'm like, "Oh, here we go." That's awesome. And I still think when Pattinson first goes into the iceberg, the iceberg, and they hand Penguin that envelope, I still every time I'm like, "It's a fish." She's handing him a fish. It's not a fish.
Yeah.
It's drops.
Well, and then I know they are in development of what is it? Barry Koenig Joker.
The Joker, yeah.
I don't want to see it. Honestly, I could at this point right now, it was a throwaway little scene at the end, and I couldn't give a shit less.
Well, I would have said that about Penguin too, but
no, I think Colin Farrell had a huge
what?
like. Well, I mean, we saw him naked with the prosthetic one, but no, I mean, when he came on the stage, he had a huge presence.
Oh, for sure.
Even in the Batman.
Oh yeah.
Every single scene that he was in. So.
Well, he kind of, and maybe this is I mean, I don't know if this is a popular opinion, but he kind of Heath Ledgered that character. I mean, so to speak, with,
where it almost outshined the main.
Yeah, like when
he improves the character is what you mean.
Yeah,
absolutely. Because even being a top villain of Batman, Penguin was always, to me, kind of a throwaway character. He wasn't,
right,
because he's never treated like this.
Right.
He's never given the chance.
Right.
Clayface next, please.
Actually, yeah, I'm all for that. Clayface or a real Riddler.
What the Riddler was fine in the Batman.
No, he wasn't.
We don't need to have this conversation again, but Riddler was fine. That's all I'm saying.
Anyway.
Riddler was good. Riddler was good.
No.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm only 3 episodes in, and I think I told you guys that I'm not a big fan of my Batman universe without Batman, but the show is amazing.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
And I mean, how good is Sophia?
Well, he doesn't know yet, really.
Yeah, he does.
Only a little.
I am saying, yeah. But I meant just the amount of time she's been on since the beginning of what you've seen through episode 3. She gets way better.
She gets way cooler. Yeah, I mean, she's great from the beginning, but yeah, her character is fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
I like Vic too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did good, kid.
You did real good. I like that mentoring relationship that they have is really, really impressive, really cool. Really
got
cool.
off to a rocky start. Almost
had resulted in a death. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Anything else you've watched?
I mean, not really. For the most part, that's kind of, running around doing that kind of stuff. So,
okay.
But yeah, those are the 2 things that I've really, and we're gonna get into those. So.
All right. Well, I have a big list of things that I need to go down.
Go for it.
So here we go. I got a couple of things. Number one, I'll just tick this off the list. I finally watched Immaculate. Trying to round out some of the horror I missed from this year.
Right.
I liked it, but I did like First Omen more.
I agree.
There are a lot of similarities. I know people have been saying this. This is not new, but
no.
I liked it. I liked if it almost did feel like an Italian, like a 70s Italian horror movie.
Yeah, it did.
It really did. I mean, in the same way kind of The Omen did too. But this had that, I almost wish there was a version where it looked retro 70s and maybe it was dubbed and like had a goblin score or whatever.
And that
like
8mm film feel to it. Yeah.
If someone could make it like that, stupidly, I think that would improve it a lot.
I would buy that on Steelbox if they did that.
Yeah, that would be amazing. But that being said, I still gave it like 3.5 on Letterboxd. It's good. I don't really get the Sydney Sweeney hype. She was fine in that movie. I'd say she was even good, but I don't think she's like. I thought the lady in First Omen, and I've forgotten her name, and I shouldn't have, but I thought she acted her ass off. Maybe it just.
I think the Sydney thing is more looks than action.
Well, yeah, and I get that, but yeah,
and then,
I liked it.
By the way, I am campaigning for her for Black Cat for Spider-Man 4.
Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah,
that makes sense. Sure, yeah, I could see that. But
the age range would be about right for that. So
sure, and I liked it. I just didn't. I wasn't in love with it.
It was good. It wasn't great.
Yep, I would agree.
And as much as I liked the First Omen, I would say the same thing. But it would be just like a little bit higher than Immaculate.
In my Letterboxd rating, they're a half star away from each other.
Right. So and I completely agree on that one.
Yep. So all right. There has been a couple of things here since we last podcasted. There is I have two music related things that I want to cover.
Awesome.
So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, actually.
Go for it.
If I can figure out how. Here we go.
Professional production, people.
Yeah. All right. You see a man sitting at a booth. What's the skeleton?
Dance with the Dead.
Yes. Okay. I really like this band. I've seen them live. They're very cool. I got to meet them. They signed some vinyls for me. I'm bragging. Whatever. I like them a lot. They're like synthwave. Chris, when we used to work together, you heard this. You probably heard them.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember you talking about them and playing it.
Yeah. So basically, they have this new record that came out about 2 weeks ago. Since we've podcasted, and I was listening through it. It's like an EP, but it's like 6 or 7 songs. So it's almost a full album.
Okay.
Great songs on it. I really like it. They generally Dance with the Dead is usually just instrumental stuff. It's like synth plus metal.
Right.
They do a great cover of Master of Puppets.
Really?
They cover the Metallica Master of Puppets. It's really good. But they generally don't have vocals. But this EP, every track has vocals but one, and they're all guest vocals. But anyway, doesn't even matter, because when this song started playing, I said, "What the hell?" And I think you guys will appreciate. So it's like even the very first moment of this. Okay. So I'm just going to play this for a second, and I just want to hear your immediate reactions.
Okay.
So here we go. What does that sound like?
X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fucking X-Men theme.
Yes. Totally.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So I haven't looked at the lyrics or anything, so I'm wondering if it's on purpose. But yeah, even the outro is like, hang on, let me see. Oh, very Metallica.
Yeah, let's see.
This part. To me, my X-Men. I was like, what? How did they? Why? Okay, I mean, I love it, but I was just like, goddamn, X-Men theme. Okay, it's a cool record. I really appreciate it, and I really recommend it.
I'm gonna go listen to that.
Yeah.
Well,
I
not
hope you
right now.
will. No, go ahead.
I'll be
got
back.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I have one other, somehow, another record came out, and I've talked about this on the show with you guys, both of you, the Neon Nightmare thing, the Typo Negative band.
Oh, yeah.
Right. But as if, and I think I did mention this in the
In Discord.
Discord, but I want to show this because I could not believe when I started watching the video. That is not what I wanted to share.
Behind the scenes.
What the hell? Yeah, all my crazy, stupid documents. Yeah, but anyway, the video for this song called "They Look Like Shadows."
Okay.
About 20 seconds in, something shows up on the screen, and I couldn't. It's like as if this were not already more for me than it should be. Like this is designed for me. So here we go. I couldn't believe it. It introduces the ladies, and then you'll see it. They're all vampires, of course.
Yeah.
That was it. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Can you believe this? In the video, they're literally watching Subspecies, which I've only talked about Subspecies.
Yeah.
Like, what? So let alone the album being really good and me loving the style. They got Radu right here. Dude. It's a cool song. It's a cool video. I just recommend it, and I just loved it. I love it. I'm in love with it. Yeah, so cool song.
Nice.
Very cool. Very cool.
Oh, just hyped me up. Okay.
We're trendsetters.
That's right. That's right. One more thing for me, and it's a comic book related. I've read a few things since we talked, but really the one I want to cover is something. I don't want to hype it too much, but I'm really, really excited about this comic book. Yeah, I can describe. So the elevator pitch is that it's an interpretation of the labors of Hercules via a sci-fi cyberpunk world.
Okay.
I mean, a
Sounds
simple concept, right? But look at this.
There you go.
Nullhunter.
Okay.
Does that not look like Thanos on the cover? Like when he's in space and he's got the glove and he's says, "Come and get me" or whatever.
Right.
Oh my God! Right. Yeah. So Nullhunter, it is an Image Comics comic, and the art is just beautiful. I mean, they're not afraid of colors. It feels like a throwback for sure. I mean, just the colors you get on the page.
Oh yeah,
they're really,
and that's some great looking art.
It's very good. Yeah, the art is ridiculous. I love the design. So basically, there's like a Zeus type character, of course, because it's
right. Trials of Hercules. So
yeah. And let me see if I can find a cool. I don't know if this will really do it justice. There's some other panels later, but his design, that's him in full figure there. He's got this cool head thing going on. I mean, he's clearly like kind of like Zeus. It feels like a breath of fresh air. Your main character, the Hercules guy, doesn't have arms, but they put these cybernetic arms that can do all kinds of things onto him.
Kind of like Jax, sort of.
A lot like Jax, yeah. But so you right away, like, he gets an upgrade, and it's fucking cool. Like, what I like about it so much is that it feels like totally new and fresh, even though it's like, you know, we've seen cyberpunk, we've seen sci-fi, we know about Hercules. That's like a really old story, all that stuff. But it feels so fresh. It's not in an existing universe that I'm aware of. It's this whole new thing.
Well, good, yeah.
And it's just like, hey, a guy's got to go do this thing. He's got to go on this mission and go. And like, that's what it is so far.
Well, I mean, that's kind of interesting because how many times have we had, you know, not just comics or movies or shows that they've quote unquote reimagined the Odyssey story.
Absolutely,
I know at least six different products. Why not kind of expand into all of them are the hero's journey
Sure.
And I think
It
that's
couldn't get more classic than this.
I
You're
was
totally
going to
right.
say, and that's one of the things that we've been missing in some of the modern stories is that true hero's journey.
Sure.
So this sounds like this is right up that alley of something we've been missing. So
I don't want to give too many spoilers, but
no.
this panel has got me. He's
Oh wow.
just ripping into this thing. It's awesome. um so yeah, he fights beasts, he fights creatures. He's in a war at the beginning. There's the shadowy, of course, Zeus and the other gods
Right.
are clearly up to no good and doing what they do. There's all these fun, like if you know about Greek mythology,
Right.
there's all these fun references to things.
Yeah.
There's a reference to the Zeus's father, of course. We know the
Oh yeah.
Titans. There's all
Right.
this cool stuff in there where they've just adapted it, and it's just perfect. It's perfect. So I'm just really excited because it feels very throwbacky, like 80s, 90s. Again,
My like sweet spot. So
me too, though.
and with
So
the Greek mythology, this I'm gonna have to get that.
I highly
So
recommend it so far. I mean, if I'll only this is brand new. We've only got the first issue.
okay.
But
I'm gonna be in Edwardsville next weekend, so
highly
I'm
recommend
going to go pick up
if they have it.
Heroic
It's really
Adventures.
good.
Yeah.
Yep. Shout outs again to Heroic Adventures, who it's so crazy. I went in there and I could not remember the name of it. Umar had recommended it to me, our friend Umar, the comics guy and all around
Right.
great guy.
Yep.
He actually recommended this to me, and I couldn't remember the name. And the guy in the shop was like, "What are you looking for?" And I was like, "It's like a cyberpunk sci-fi Hercules, the Labors of Hercules." So he goes, "Oh, Nullhunter, yeah, we have that." And I was like, yeah, "Hell yeah!" So Heroic Adventures, you guys are the best.
Right.
So yes, hyped about that. Really recommend it so far. The other thing I read was a distillery comic called Spectregraph.
Okay.
I meant to bring it in here and I stupidly did not. It's a good start, but the first issue it like gave me a like anxiety. This woman is like selling a house
Mm-hmm.
and she has to go somewhere, and her character's a moron and left her young child at home
Oh,
and
geez.
shouldn't have. And it keeps cutting back to what the child is doing and like freaking
Right.
out and crying. And I was just like, I hate this. I can't stand this. But it has a bit of a house on Haunted Hill.
Kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, but more cult thing going on.
Okay.
And there's it's neat. And the graphics, the art is good. And the factor and have you read any of these distillery comics? They're different. They're bigger, and
Okay.
the art is really nice, and they're like a higher quality, even for these
Okay.
individual issues. They're
Are
like
they
higher
like
quality.
more like the magazine size?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they look great, and they're really really nice to look at. And so far, I'm really interested in that. The plot seems to be there's this house that is this locking mechanism that has the whole house is this intricate thing, kind of like 13 Ghosts, actually.
Okay.
It's more that I think about it. It's more like 13 Ghosts.
Okay.
And at the beginning of the thing, it's like the first couple pages. It's not really a spoiler. This guy he's like obviously at this cult meeting, and he says, "We've spent all our lives trying to determine if there's an afterlife, and there isn't. Ghosts aren't real. There's no spirit world." But then it cuts real close on his face, and he says, "But there should be." So it seems like the plot is that they're trying to create ghosts
Okay.
or open a world to a spirit world that has previously been unavailable or something.
Right.
And I think the house is the focal point of that. Something happens later in the
Okay.
story. So Spectregraph, I would recommend it so far, but I've only read the first issue. It didn't grab me quite so hard as Nullhunter, which I'm just loving right now.
Okay.
But Spectregraph also worth checking out. It's something a little bit more. It's I would say this is like if I was 12, this would be my favorite thing ever. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
This is more of a fun. It's just a fun like a guy's got to go blow shit up and do action and like
Right.
look bad at. You know what I mean?
You know what? You don't have to be 12. It can be your favorite thing ever right now.
I know.
You have
Right.
permission. You
And that's
have
why I'm
permission.
enjoying it. And that's why I'm loving it. But Spectregraph is a little bit more adult, is what I'm trying to say, I think. It's a little bit more
It's more a nuanced story.
I think so. And that is not a knock against this. Again,
No.
I'm loving Nullhunter.
Those fun stories that had, somewhat of a background and everything else are why we loved comics so much in the 80s and 90s. They didn't have to hit you over the head with some retrospective theology, ideology.
Mythology.
Mythology. I'm just gonna go through the ologies.
Mixology.
Yeah, that'll be later today.
Okay.
Anyway,
discography.
Yeah, but
discography.
discography. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you're a musician, you know that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so those are my comics and things.
Okay.
I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. Yep, that's it. So let's just go to Agatha real quick.
Okay.
The series has ended. I had a fine time with it. It's fine. I would put it higher on the list of the Marvel shows, but it also didn't like knock my socks off.
Right.
I really like Catherine Hahn, and I think she's great as Agatha. She's a good choice. The fun little references to Wizard of Oz and all that stuff. It was fun that they could play with a lot of the Disney properties,
Right.
Those were fun little things. I watched it with the family. We had a fun time. It's not going to blow anyone away, but
no,
it was fine TV.
I'm going to preface this that I had no desire to really have this thing even existed.
I understand that.
Less. It wasn't nearly as bad as I anticipated it to be. I think the last 3 episodes probably picked up more favor than the previous ones for me.
Sure.
When the tarot episode.
That was good.
Probably the best one.
I would probably agree with you. Yeah. I found myself kind of checking out once it became Marvel-y again.
Yeah.
Once it was like people are floating around and blasting each other with energy beams. I'm like, yeah, okay. Well, I guess they have to do this, but they really don't. They really don't have to do these things.
No. I mean, I understand what they're leaning it all to.
Sure.
You were a little higher for the most part through. Like I said, the last 3 episodes for me probably did more for Catherine Hahn as the actress than the previous ones. I thought I know she was supposed to be over the top, but I think those first like 4 or 5 episodes, she was too over the top.
Well, but I mean, I think
that it was kind of annoying.
The reason is that I think the in-story reason is that she's putting on a front.
Well, I get that, but you can not be like annoying as an actress and still be over the top as the character. I just personally, that was go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say I haven't watched it yet, so it's on my list. But I was gonna say, DK, you said you wouldn't put it at the top of the Marvel movies, but not the bottom. What are shows? What's your favorite? Chris, what's your favorite Marvel
Does Werewolf
show?
at Night count? Werewolf by Night?
I mean, I would. It was
that's my favorite
it was
one.
D plus. I would agree. I mean, for series wise, WandaVision started off strong, but just fell off a cliff. Though once they got out of the retrospect episodes.
I don't know. Is Winter Soldier the top?
I mean, the Falcon Winter Soldier, other than the last couple of episodes, I thought was really good. I liked the dynamic between them two.
I'll tell you what's not at the top, and it's Secret Invasion.
No, God, that is, I would agree that's probably the worst.
It's one of the worst, if not the worst. I just didn't like it. What a waste of Sam Jackson's time.
What
a waste of Don Cheadle's time. What a waste of the character Maria Hill.
Yeah.
What a waste. What a waste.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I Captain America, Winter Soldier, probably my top, and I really enjoyed Hawkeye.
I was gonna say I did not care for the half of the last episode because Kingpin would have wiped the freaking floor with Kate Bishop, zero difficulty.
I did like the Hawkeye show more than I expected to like it.
No,
it was fun.
I loved the dynamic once Yelena got on.
Yeah.
I thought that was really, and then with kind of shoring up the whole, Black Widow thing, I thought was kind of interesting. I like Jeremy Renner, so all of his scenes were really good in it, and I thought it played well. As someone that's, a mortal amongst gods, and took an ass beating for a long time. You know what I mean? And just
Yeah,
dealing with the. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. But it was probably maybe third of the MCU shows.
I can tell you what's going to be the best. It's called Daredevil Born Again.
Hell yes.
I cannot wait.
God, I just hope we don't get some kind of, bait and switch. But everything that I've heard has been really, really good reviews.
Yep.
Of people that have seen some of the footage and
sure.
the way the story goes. And from the insider, for this to be right up there close to the Netflix.
Sure.
And for Frank to be back in it.
Yep.
You've got Bullseye going to be.
Yep.
Oh, man.
It's a good combo.
And just the small scene that we've gotten with Fisk and Matt Murdock
at the table?
diner.
Yeah. Oh man, those two together. That's the magic. Yeah. That's the secret sauce.
That is the magic.
God damn. Yeah. So.
And for the fact that it's for violence wise, it's a full blown R. The rating for it, so they're gonna get down and dirty.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be good. That'll be
with
good.
With the rumor of Fisk like smashing somebody's head with his bare hands.
He's already done it in a car door.
Right.
So that we could see that. I could see that.
I cannot wait for that.
I wouldn't mind.
Now I can see one of the shows that are upcoming probably being like down there on the bottom, and that's Ironheart. I
know there's a teaser, but I haven't watched it yet.
Zero desire to see that show.
It seems like more of a kid's show, just from the description.
Yeah, that I don't know. I'll probably watch it because I'm trying to get around to watching all of them. But again, kind of like Secret Invasion, I still haven't finished it just because it's doing nothing for me. So.
Do not bother. You truly don't bother.
Especially in the last episode.
It's hard. It's awful. It's the worst finale of maybe any show I've ever tried to enjoy. It's really bad. But we can talk about a good show.
Let's do it.
And that's Penguin. That is Penguin.
Absolutely.
So we have one episode remaining, and that airs tonight as of this record.
Right.
And we are, I think it's safe to say, all in on Penguin.
Yes.
As I was saying before we recorded, I went back and rewatched The Batman this week, and I was having a good time, but then Oz shows up on the screen, and I immediately go, oh! He's so good, and the show is so good.
I mean, between the setting of the show, the way it's the way it's shot, the way it's written, the way it's acted, this is what these shows should be like that are on TV. Mm-hmm. You don't have to get into the fantastical, over the top special effects with some of these. I understand some of these characters, you kind of have to a degree.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to so much in Batman, though. I think you can get away with a lot with Batman.
No, but I meant in these comic book shows in general, and that's including, Marvel stuff.
Right. Well, if the writing and the acting is done right, which I think that's again we've talked about this, we've argued about this, we've gone back and forth, but I think if the writing and the acting is done well, like in this show,
right,
then you don't need all that extra, and it's again, you can take characters like when we were talking before we started. You can take a character that's, even though the Penguin is a big Batman character, he's always, at least in my opinion, like I said, been kind of a throwaway character. He's not, DK used to like he's
not been developed. He's a minor tier villain almost in the comic,
Yeah, and he's not been developed this way. And to see, and I mean, really, what is this? It's a gangster mob, mafia style show.
It's The Sopranos with Batman.
Right. And I haven't I'm only the third episode, so I'm not as up as you guys are on it. So, but one of the guys I was talking to at work, he's like, oh yeah, it gets really good around the fourth episode. So I'm like, okay, if it gets better than what it is,
and it totally does. It truly does. Yeah.
I mean, as good as it is, what you've seen so far for the first three, it's 10 times better. Go moving forward.
Yeah.
There's a specific reveal later in the show that I was like, oh, I
Yeah.
suspected something like this, but
Right.
god damn, you see it and it's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
Well, and to see again, to see the Penguin being manipulative and how he is, working people, and
Oh yeah.
he's a genius. He's a crime boss, which is
But
really cool.
like I find myself like wanting to go along, like I want him to succeed even though he's terrible,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, and I mean, and he says, spoiler alert for episode 3. There's a point in there where he said, they're talking about good and bad. He's like, there's no good and bad. It is. You live this day. This is what it is, which is kind of I don't necessarily think that's such a bad thing, but
Well, and then also with this, I've talked about it before, and actually in the last episode when we were talking about Penguin, the city is a character, and with Gotham specifically, that's something you have to do.
oh, for sure,
Gotham
for
is
sure,
its standalone character, and I don't think they delved as much in the Batman, the movie itself,
yeah.
as Gotham being a character as they did in Penguin.
I mean,
And I think
you get a lot of it in the Batman. I just watched it. You do get a lot of
you do get
Gotham.
a lot of it, but I mean, I just think in this show, it really solidified Gotham as a standalone character.
It feels like a real city,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for sure.
But I mean, not just a city. It's like, you've got the lowers, and then you've got, the like where the crime bosses live on the other side of the bridge, and you know, those kind of specifics a little more in this show. And I mean, I know it's a 2-hour movie compared to an 8-episode show, so that
Right.
does make a difference.
Yeah.
But with us having so much history of Batman and Gotham,
Hmm.
I think this really did the job to solidify. And I think moving forward, any Batman show has got to continue to do this.
Unfortunately, it's also putting a ton of pressure on Batman too,
Yeah.
because
Oh,
And
the
honestly,
bar
it
is
should.
incredibly
It
high.
honestly should. Because if you've got a show where you don't have nearly as much of a budget, you need to get that shit right.
Hmm.
And in all honesty, I know Matt Reeves is the executive producer on this show, but if he can't get it done, we need to get the girl that's directing this. She needs to helm it.
yeah. Well, and I think again with this show and the way they're doing it, I the one thing I liked about the Batman is the fact that it was a little bit more focused on his detective skills. I mean, sure,
Same.
you had your great scenes of him beating people up. That was good. That's always good with
You need
Batman.
Right.
that. You need that. You need that.
Right.
But bringing it a little bit back more to the detective roots, with the way they're doing this show, it would be interesting to see them maybe branch out a little bit. And I don't know. I would be interested in seeing a show where it is a Batman show, but you don't, again, like I said, I like my Batman shows with Batman, but take Bruce Wayne and let it be a show about Bruce Wayne just doing detective work where he doesn't put on the cowl, and let let's see that. Let's see how you could write and do that. That would be interesting to me.
I
My
also
only
wouldn't. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say my one thing though, and I'm hoping we get this in the finale tonight with us on the time of us recording. Things have escalated so much in Gotham at this point. We have to tonight. I think to solidify the show is like one of the greatest comic book shows in recent history. We have to not necessarily see Batman, but Batman's presence has to be felt.
I don't know if it's necessary, but
I think it
it would be
is.
a good
I
payoff.
think it is to have the show the way it's going, and this story is continuing, through other shows and movies.
And we know it's been long enough
Thing
that he's
has,
recovered and all that from
yeah,
the
things have
whatever.
escalated to the point that Batman's presence somehow has to be felt in this final episode tonight.
I'll tell you what, I'm really interested in how they will treat Bruce and Batman in the sequel. I want to know how the ending and everything he went through affected him. Will he be darker? Will he be more brutal? I mean, he's pretty brutal in the Batman. When he zaps that guy in the subway and he just kind of looks at him.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He really beats the shit out of that guy. I am really interested to know, is he going to be more brooding? Is he going to be more violent? What is it going to be? Or is he going to become, his revelation kind of at the end where he realizes he sort of he really only wants to save the city and help people and all. He kind of has that when he's at the end. He kind of makes a choice like, I don't matter at all. I just want to help.
I really hope in the second movie the brooding Bruce is gone. I hope that he's made that revelation, because that was
it could go that way.
My biggest thing was my biggest thing with the Batman. I thought Pattinson was really good in the suit. I was not a huge fan of him as Bruce.
Favorite Batmobile? I'll say it. It's my favorite.
I'm right there with you.
As an adult, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's
don't get me wrong. I still like the OG Batmobile.
Oh, hell yeah.
But yeah, as an adult, I like this better than the Tumbler.
The Tumbler's cool, but come on. There's no way he's hiding that thing. There's no way that it doesn't get traced back somewhere. No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, and I think with this Batmobile, it is just like with Gotham. The Batmobile is a character.
Yeah.
And this Batmobile was so much more of that. And I think the scenes where you're in the Batcave and you see all the car parts and you know that he's building it and he's working on it,
right,
and it's not perfect, and it just, I think that was one of the things that made it so cool for me as well. And I still love the Keaton Batmobile. I love
I love the Adam West one.
I mean,
I don't care. I love it.
In all honesty, sure. Of all the Batmobiles, my favorite is animated series.
It's badass. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a little like the Keaton one, I guess, but it's definitely more of its own.
More of that, yeah.
I had a toy of it and it was amazing.
I still have some versions of it around here. But I mean, with the Batman in the movie itself, I thought the third act lacked. I wanted more out of that third act of the Batman movie. And I think they could kind of, in a second movie, they can kind of remedy that with him, at the end of the third act, the first movie, right at the beginning of the second movie, then he's come to that revelation of, I have to be different than who I have to be with the suit on. I have to I have to be part of this community and to have a different persona,
Yeah, he needs to embrace Bruce.
He needs to embrace Bruce. And I think that was my biggest thing. And the fact that I hated the Riddler in Batman.
I really didn't.
I think that I can give him to the brooding Bruce, because of it being 2 years after his parents. I can see that he would be in that state of mind at that point. So yeah, hopefully he evolves into something, the Playboy Bruce.
I think it's 10 years after his parents.
I would say it's not, because he'd only been 15, or he'd only been 13. Right?
I just watched it. I believe that it's 10 years after his parents died. Because they say, and then it's like in a news report, they're like, this happens just 10 years after the deaths of
right.
Yeah. Interesting. For some reason, it was in my head that it was 2. Well, then no, I don't like it. I changed my mind.
This whole thing sucks.
I quit.
So yeah, but Penguin, we love it.
Yeah.
Any more thoughts on Penguin?
Just go watch it tonight, and if you haven't watched the series, goddamn, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, man. All right.
Exactly.
Well, to finish up today, we have a couple of trailers, Marvel related.
Yes.
Captain America and Thunderbolts.
Right. We had the D23 Brazil this weekend, so there's been a lot of stuff coming out, like Kevin Feige saying that Blade is still going to happen.
I hope he's not lying.
Give up the ghost, man.
I hope he's not.
Let's just put an old man Blade with Snipes and be done with it.
I heard a little rumor. I have a guy that or a family that comes to me at my salon, and his brother actually has worked on all of the Spider-Man movies, and
Okay.
Wait, which one? The
apparently
newer ones?
all of them from Toby all the way up.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
He does, I believe he's a CGI guy.
Okay.
Okay.
And he will be going. At least the rumor that I heard is that they will be doing a lot of shoots in England. So
Well, I know Disney is moving a lot of their stuff in England because they're getting like the tax breaks and all that
Hell
kind
yeah.
of stuff. So,
yeah,
but
but that is
yeah,
all.
it's supposed to start what, mid next year?
I think so. Might be sooner than that. I think I could be wrong though.
It's either spring or summer of next year. I know there was a recent interview with Tom Holland, and he
Okay,
said that.
but yeah. So that little tidbit there that I heard. I don't know if you guys knew that or not.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's get into the Captain America Brave New World. It's the official trailer.
Okay.
Maybe. Here we are.
When we were talking about what to talk about today, I called this Captain Falcon in the Red Ford.
Well, you're really not wrong. Here we go.
You asked for me.
Now, this is the other super soldier, right? Like the
Isaiah,
other. Yeah. Okay, cool. So if you watch the TV show, you'll know.
Yep.
He was a character who I really wanted to see more of at the time, so
Right.
I'm glad to see him here.
Here I am. You want to help me? Is there anything you remember?
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, Thaddeus Ross.
Oh, he's activated.
So yeah, got a little Winter Soldier action going on with him.
Yeah.
And then if you notice the guy next to Sam, if you remember the show, he is the new Falcon.
This guy here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember his character's name, but he's the new Falcon. Because he's the one Sam gave that kind of green and brown suit to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So.
That's a cool shot.
Yeah.
Whatever this is, Cap, be careful.
So right there, just hold on a sec. With the jump through, you don't have to move it, but with his jump through that window was a little callback to the Winter Soldier. Remember where Cap was chasing Bucky at the beginning of it and blows through the window? So
they're programmed to just jump out those windows. All right.
What do we know?
There were 5 shooters. This was a coordinated terrorist attack, sir.
I was a wartime general.
Okay. The editing of this, I haven't seen this.
Okay.
The editing of this is intriguing to me.
Yeah, it shows you tons of images, just, and so you're not quite sure what's going completely on and where. And
I don't hate that. I want to be really hopeful about this movie. I really do. I know I've heard people say it's not going to be good and all that. They say that every time. I am hopeful for this. Just so, you got Harrison Ford there. Come on.
Yeah, I want to love it.
I want to love it. Yeah.
Now I'm a wartime president. Your inner circle's been compromised. Let me fix it. Watch yourself. You're not Steve Rogers. You're right. I'm not.
I wanted to see the finger, though.
You're not Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure we'll get it. He will point at someone.
Yeah.
Maybe multiple people. Parties will be pointed at.
Maybe when he's the Red Hulk. Big ass red finger.
Smash!
Somebody.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
Wait for it.
Okay, that's kind of interesting.
I do like that.
I want to know what that's all about.
Wait for it.
So yeah,
that's pretty fun. I've never been a fan of the wings and the flying around. I don't know what it is, but they just never look right to me, and it just feels so
Not
fake
in
and
the new
dumb.
suit. Not in the new suit.
The
I
suit's
liked it.
the
I liked
suit.
the original when he was Falcon.
I didn't like that
It looked
either.
really.
I
I
just have
was
never
okay with
liked
it.
it.
Yeah.
He's fine. I like him better when he's on the ground running around kicking ass.
Right.
He's fine in that respect, but I just don't like this Falcon flying around. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I also hate Banshee. I don't know what it is. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
Personal taste, I guess.
I guess.
Or lack thereof.
Well, you know.
We're on the brink of war.
That's a cool shot.
Yeah.
What are they doing here? Like, this is neat.
I think it's just kind of showing the opposite sides.
It's just I'm surprised that they're it just seems like an interesting direction. Like, it seems like a more mature take on this than I would have expected.
Right.
It just seems like it's going to be a big spectacle type thing, right? But if they're really going for like political thriller, cool.
It's very comic book panel too.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's absolutely true.
I mean, that frame right there is very
Do you think the movie will be like this, or is this just editing for the trailer?
Just editing for the trailer.
Interesting.
Can't trust anyone. Nothing about this feels right.
Captain America. You ever ask yourself, who's playing who?
Well, I know who's playing that guy. It's
Are we sure though?
Yeah.
Because that's not his voice.
Yeah, that's clearly Gus Fring.
No, I don't think so. I don't think
Giancarlo Esposito.
Giancarlo.
What is it? How does he say it? Giancarlo Esposito. That's him.
I don't know if it is or not.
I know it's him. Listen.
Who's playing who?
It's him.
I think there's somebody else in that's.
I don't know.
Huge disagree.
Well, we'll see. I mean, next year we'll see.
That was cool shot. I like that.
Yeah. You'd think it would slow him down a little, but maybe not.
Okay, yeah, they're gonna have to explain that because even with the shield, unless he's got, I mean, I know he's got that Wakanda tech on it.
But
absorption.
Vibranium absorbs all impact. That's why Cap.
That's true. No, you got me. You got me.
But that's a nuclear freaking bomb.
I don't know.
Nuclear. Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Been pulling the strings on everything.
You're under arrest.
Do we have any ideas on who is pulling the strings? Is it just Hydra again? What is it? Who's the big bad going to be?
I think it may be what's his face?
Lex Luthor.
No.
Knew it.
He's the gamma irradiated. Was it the leader with the big
brain? The leader.
Yeah,
and he does this, and he's green. Okay, you think it's the leader? That's interesting. And he he like understands the strategy, and he can copy your movements and knows what you're going to do. Yeah, okay, that's a good guess. That's a really good guess.
I mean, because if you remember in the what was it, the Incredible Hulk? Mm-hmm. Whatever the second one was,
where the stuff dumps on the guy's head.
Yeah,
they make that guy.
Yeah,
interesting.
And I've heard that he's back. So,
okay, interesting. I would never have considered him. Probably, that's fun. All right,
so we'll see.
I don't want a variable out there that I can't control.
Stop!
Captain America.
Oh. Did we all see that? I believe that them is some fingers.
Yes. That was one of the big things that they are going to finally address. The giant fucking guy sitting in the middle of the ocean. That's been there for 10 years.
Look, I don't think the Eternals is that bad. I think it's fine. But if you look at all the movies, it's fine. But yeah, this needed to be addressed.
Lower Midland at best.
I'd say mid, just mid to low high.
Well, I said low mid.
Low main. I would love some low main right now.
I mean, that would be talked about more than the fucking giant in the Antarctic.
Well, maybe. All right.
Captain America caught without his wings.
You like to play dress up and blindly execute the state's orders.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
What if this is a trap?
Hold on. Should I be who is that?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Is that President? Is that Ross?
What, there?
Is that his silhouette?
Maybe.
Maybe. I can't quite tell. They don't give a good...
Execute the state's orders.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
What if this is a trap? You don't even know what this is.
Oh, he like hulks out during a speech?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool as hell. Yeah!
Since when were they red?
More Hulk, please.
I'm telling you, that's Ross. That busts through the White House.
I'm sure it is, right?
Yeah.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Because it looked like it come like from the lower levels, like up through the...
Yeah, his big jump.
Yeah.
God damn. And so, okay, do we know what Banner is doing at this point?
No.
Okay. Do you think he'll be in it?
I don't think he'll be in it, but there may be like an after credit scene.
He's like hanging out with She-Hulk, and they're just like, oh, I guess there's another Hulk.
Or something, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how does Cap being regular guy defeat him? That's...
I was gonna go right there with that.
No, it's just not possible.
No.
I mean,
he's gonna need help.
Nuclear weapon on the shield, yes. Red Hulk, maybe not so much.
I can only agree with you. I know it's ridiculous, but yes. How does he become a super soldier? Are they going to make him a super soldier? That's the only way, maybe. But even then, no.
Even then, no. There's no way. I mean, if Thor gets his ass kicked a couple times by the Hulk, there's no way in hell even Captain America can stop Hulk.
Yeah. So I mean, do we think he's going to?
Red Hulk is supposed to be,
angrier and stronger
at the beginning, stronger than Hulk.
Yeah.
I mean, Hulk gets stronger over time. Red Hulk doesn't, but...
So is the answer going to be that Hulk's in this and then we just haven't seen that?
I think that'd be great if they did it right.
But...
Or Wolverine shows up?
Yeah.
Ghost Rider?
Yeah, that's not happening.
I'm just getting into the fantasy world now.
I know, right?
Okay, let's finish this before I get upset about there not being Ghost Rider.
Right.
Well, Thor could show up as well.
I would love it.
I don't think that's going to happen.
No, I don't think it's going to happen either.
No.
I think your most likely answer is that they're keeping Hulk under wraps, but
right.
I don't know.
Come and get me!
Falcon with a little John Woo action.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Anytime there's somebody flipping over a car, I think what was I watching? There was something recently that did that. There's always somebody punching the front of a car and it flips over them, right? It like always happens. Mm-hmm. That's what I think of as Hellboy when he says red means stop.
Oh, there's a scene in freaking Ironheart that she does that.
Oh, maybe I was, because I haven't actually watched the trailer, but I think I scrolled past it like playing on social media somewhere, and maybe I saw that because I was like, damn, they're still doing that, and all I still think of is Hellboy.
Yeah.
So yeah, truly, that trailer has me excited to go to the theater and enjoy a Marvel movie again. It's kind of been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm...
Yes?
Pessimistically hopeful?
I'm hopeful. I'm just hopeful.
I mean...
Shawn?
Am I here? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I want to know what you think right now.
I think it's going to be good. I'm apprehensively hopeful as well because it's we haven't had a blockbuster Marvel. Well, I mean, okay, Deadpool and Wolverine, but I mean,
It's true. I didn't think about that, but that's true.
But
was
other
it
than that,
really? Was it really a Marvel movie?
It's different. I mean,
or was it a Fox movie with the Marvel skin on it?
Well, either way, it's not the same. It is not a. Yeah, it's a superhero movie, but it is not a traditional one, which I think this falls more into that category.
Well, let's say Avengers style.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, I want it to be really good. I'm not a huge fan of, like you said, just the newer Falcon costume, the red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
I don't get you the hate. I think it looks cool.
I think that the costume itself is fine. The uniform is, I don't like the white goggles.
The goggles.
Yeah.
For some reason, the white goggles.
The more white on the shoulder. And I mean, that is like going more comic book accurate. But personally, I don't like the Falcon Captain America because Falcon was such a good character on his own.
Well, he's going to continue to be that same character.
But no, he's Captain America because it's the mantle of Captain America, which is
but he's the same guy,
which is bullshit. In Steve Rogers, Steve Rogers is Captain America, and I'm sorry, Falcon was a more interesting character as Falcon than even when he had the shield. You know, when they gave him the shield.
I like him more now that he's Captain America.
No,
for sure. If we can't have Steve Rogers,
I mean,
who better?
That's just it.
Well, maybe Kurt Russell's kid.
See, I'm right in the middle. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with him being Captain America. I did like him as Straight Falcon though. Straight Falcon. That didn't come out right. Anyway, as only Falcon. I liked him there. But I do like him as Captain America as well. I like Anthony Mackie in general. I think he's good.
No, I mean he's a great character, but I always, even when it was in the comic books, I liked him so much better as just Falcon. I thought his character was so fleshed out, you know, throughout all the years that I thought it did Sam a disservice of, well, you're the new Captain America. I mean, I just personally, it's a character thing that, so.
Well, I will just say to finish the discussion on that trailer, it's an effective trailer. It has me looking forward to it.
I mean, it's a good trailer. They've learned how to edit a trailer better than from when they did the Marvels.
They push my buttons real good. All right. Well,
push it
real good. We have one more, and that's the Thunderbolts. It's called D23 Brazil Special Look.
Yeah.
So, and again, I have not watched this either.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and get that onto your screens here. All right. The first thing I think of when I see just this is Iron Man.
Yeah.
The first thing I think of.
Yep.
He's in the fun V.
Especially with the Cadillac.
Yeah. Not the humdrum V. He's in the fun V.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, America's so big. You ever drive through Oklahoma? It's so flat.
So flat.
It's not wrong.
You got a convoy approaching fast.
Speaking of Kurt Russell's kid.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I like seeing him. I've really grown to like Wyatt.
Yeah.
He was in that haunted pool movie. The movie sucked, but
yeah,
he was good in the movie. Like he really took it seriously. This haunted pool film, and I like him, and I really liked him as his character in the Captain America TV show.
One of the Godzilla show
as the younger version of Kurt,
which
is cool. You know, I actually haven't watched the show. Wasn't it on? It's only on Apple. I've never had Apple TV, but but very cool to see him. I hope this character really gets to expand, and maybe he could show up in the Captain America movie. Maybe he, as a super soldier, fights Red Hulk. I don't know.
Yeah, U.S. agent.
It would be cool. It would be real cool.
Step on it.
You can just hear it in his voice, the Kurt Russell. It just reverberated in my mind, and I'm like, yeah, I could hear Kurt Russell saying it just like that.
Read the Red Guardian limo service, protecting you from boring evenings.
Protecting you from boring evening.
That's
He's
hilarious.
doing a bit of an old man Logan here.
Yeah.
44.
Come on, baby.
Okay, a bit faster, please.
Did you see how many miles that had?
Yeah.
Lexi!
Okay, don't worry. Engaging defensive measures.
Oh my god. Luca, shield!
Hold on. This is fun so far. Is his shield a Wakandan? Is it a vibranium?
Yes.
So there's another shield out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's not the same shield.
No.
Okay. All right.
Well, if you remember, even in the movies, Cap had a couple of shields.
Mm-hmm.
Because in what was it, Civil War at the beginning of
Iron
it,
Man's
he had
making
that
him
blue
one, right?
Yeah, he had that blue one.
Yep. Okay. I didn't know if it was the same one that they just repurposed because the vibranium is so rare or whatever. They have unlimited vibranium for these shields.
Right.
Okay.
Is that Bucky? It's a Winter Soldier. That guy is so cool.
So cool. Hell yes. Terminator, dude. Oh my god. I don't care. I love it. Come on. How cool.
That's the one thing I heard. This movie is way better than expected.
That guy is so cool.
This alone. Oh my god.
That's what I talk about!
That's not good.
How crazy is it to think of all the monumental fights that happened exactly here where you're standing? I mean,
Avengers Tower, I guess. Sark Tower.
Yeah.
They're definitely borrowing from Gunn, I think, a little bit in the sense of humor and the whatever. I mean, yeah. But cool to see her maybe finally get to do something. She's been teased so much, and then they never let her. She's just always been a Nick Fury setting up the next thing, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know? So cool to see her.
But if you remember the first few Marvel movies, that's all Sam did either.
Yeah.
You know, so
but it's
kind of
cool to see her finally get to do it, hopefully.
Right.
We'll see.
the place wasn't cheap, but it's got good optics. Look at you. You are all so adorable.
Hold on. First of all, okay, this is a good-looking team. He still looks kind of goofy in that helmet, and I don't mind it. It's just part of his thing.
Right.
That he'll never quite be Captain America.
No.
I wanted to go back. Do we know what this is? Am I missing something obvious? It looks like this is repurposed from something. Can you see my mouse?
Yeah. I'm wondering if that was like a piece of the original building.
Okay, maybe.
You know, because that looks like that's all new kind of structure, like the steel and stuff.
Yeah.
Because remember, the top of it got pretty much blown up.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that's just like repurposed from the original, or if that has something to do with like the events in New York from the Chikara.
Yeah, that's those are both good theories. Kind of what I was thinking too, but I was just wondering if anyone immediately recognized.
Yeah, no, not in particular, but I'm betting the way just by looking at it, it's from, you know, something that we got destroyed initially, and they kind of repurposed. So.
You're probably right.
You
remember I got you them whiskey glasses?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Still use them.
Hell yeah.
are all so adorable.
Eat shit, Valentina.
Hell yeah.
The assignment is... Oh, wait, hang on.
She has a guinea pig in her.
Yes. Assignment is complete.
What kind of super serum did you get?
I don't know, regular. Hydra.
Hydra? Oh, fancy.
Who is this old Santa?
The Red Guardian.
What?
Everyone here has done bad things. Shadow Ops.
Cool.
Contract kills.
I'm glad to see Taskmaster.
And you
former...
Even though it's not the version of Taskmaster that we want.
Okay, but I'm glad they put her in an outfit that fits her, not having the guy from the Black Widow movie through almost 3/4 of the movie, if not more. And then at the end, oh yeah, it's a girl. Because there's no way in hell that was a woman anytime through that movie until she took her helmet off.
I didn't notice it.
Go back and watch, you'll notice it.
The thing I remember the most about the Black Widow movie is that she's like talking along with Bond. She's watching, is it Thunderball? She's watching a Bond movie.
Yeah.
And she like loves it. And it's like her comfort movie. And I was like, I feel that. I love it. All right.
Red Room assassin. God only knows the blood on your hands.
Pretty ludicrous coming from the dime store Captain America.
I'll have you know I was actually the official Captain America, so...
Yeah, for like 2 seconds.
It's getting so tense in here.
Who are you?
I like how beat to shit his shield is. Did you see that?
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, that's really cool.
Well, I think for the most part, it kind of shows like him doing it on his own. You know, he's not backed by the government anymore, and that can sit there and repair it and repaint it and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yep.
Who are you?
I'm Bob.
Okay, so we know who this is already, right?
I read an article. I don't know if it was confirmed. Do you have official?
Then Century.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but
yeah, because even in the articles about casting and everything else, they recap. You know, because initially they had what's his face from The Walking Dead.
Daryl Dixon.
Glenn.
Oh, okay, Glenn.
Stephen Yeun.
Yeah, Stephen Yeun. Which is totally the wrong aesthetic for Century.
Yeah, I don't see him.
Yeah. So
I don't really know the characters, so I didn't really do Walking Dead.
Century is basically a
no. I know Sentry.
Oh, okay.
I don't know really anything about Walking Dead, so I can't help you with that one. But yeah, he looks fine. Whatever, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that'll be fine.
Now, from some of the like early images, like posters and stuff like that, we are gonna see President Ross, Red Hulk, in this.
Okay, well maybe he'll be at the end of the trailer.
No,
let's see. Well, okay, spoilers.
We're just drifting, and we don't have purpose. You can't escape the past.
So you can either do something about it now,
Another car flipping over someone,
or live with it forever.
So what, do we all just punch and shoot?
We are the Thunderbolts!
Can't call ourselves that.
Thank God.
The Thunderbolts. It's a cool name.
I like the little asterisk on it.
It's a cool name.
So I'm wondering if something happens because, you know, she's upset that one part, and then when it shows the group, there's no Taskmaster.
Sure.
So I'm wondering if someone gets offed.
Oh, maybe. Interesting. Hard to say. But yeah, also with that, it looks fine. It looks fun.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
If those weren't the best scenes, then
yeah. Well, there's a ton left out. Like I said, a lot of the early work with the Thunderbolts, obviously, you know, that's Ross's nickname.
Well, there's a lot left out because it's a trailer.
Well, yeah, no, I know that. But let's be honest, there was a lot in the Captain America one, and you kind of get the gist of it. You just don't know who's behind it all.
Sure.
You know, so.
True.
Sure. Well, yeah.
This one was a lot more vague, and then, you know, Bob, we know is Century.
I'm weirdly optimistic about this one too.
Yeah.
It's like it feels
This
weird to
one
be.
I've heard a lot of good things, and it's a lot better than people are gonna expect it to be.
I just, yeah, it feels weird to say, but I'm kind of excited for some Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. It looked great.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
And I like Red Guardian anyway. He's hilarious.
He's fun. Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan.
So
well, great.
We'll see.
Yeah, I got nothing else. Unless there's anything you guys want to sneak in there before we're done.
No, not really. I mean, pretty much we've seen most of the major news. Other than now let's see if it actually happens. But they announced they're gonna do a trilogy with
the Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah, Star Wars trilogy.
We might as well not even talk about it, to be honest, because it's in 6 months we're going to find out that it was never going to happen.
Right. But it's a well-known director, Reiner director, and I cannot remember his name. Go look up the announcements of D23 Brazil.
And Andor is it April?
Yeah, second season April.
I don't want to wait that long. Andor was so good.
Yeah, that best new Star Wars thing.
You didn't like it?
No, Andor. I loved Andor.
Oh, you said best new Star Wars thing.
Best new Star Wars.
Yes,
thing.
no, it's one of the best for sure. I really like that. So, yes, we're hopeful. Hey, join the Discord if you haven't already. There's a link in the description of the show. Get us on social media. Yeah, like and subscribe. We don't even say that.
I know.
Yeah, we will be back. We should have an interesting guest next time.
Yep.
And we'll be back in a couple weeks.
2 weeks. So
yeah.
Perfect.
Thanks for being with us, Shawn.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys.
The next time that you're on, you've got to finish Penguin.
I will finish Penguin.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right.
And we'll talk to you, listeners.
Have a good weekend and happy Veterans Day tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
If you listen to it on Sunday. If not, happy post-Veterans Day. So.
Awesome. Goodbye forever. Until next time.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Bye.